Hello, my lovelies. How you all doing? It's been a little while, isn't it? I'm sorry I just dropped off the face of YouTube. I didn't mean to abandon you all. Life just got super hectic and I've been struggling a little bit to keep on top of everything. It's mostly been things going on with the kids, and so unfortunately YouTube had to take a back seat for a few months because obviously my top priority has been the boys, so I've just been trying to get life back on track. So I'll give you a super quick rundown of what's been happening. To start with, Tristan was having a really tough time moving up to his secondary school, and to be honest, it just wasn't a good fit for him. So after a lot of consideration and agonising, we decided to move him to a new school, which has not been easy. It's come with a lot of emotional turmoil and just adjustments to life in general, but I think we're finally starting to, make some progress and things are starting to look up, so that's good. I've also been fighting to get Felix assessed for autism, which seems to have been quite a controversial topic with some people. He started showing signs at around a year old, maybe even younger, and I raised my concerns, but I got a lot of, he's normal, all kids do that, why are you trying to label him, etc, etc. And I'm like, well, yes, a lot of these things are normal for kids to do sometimes, but not repeatedly and not to this kind of extreme. Like, for instance, he does a lot of hand flapping and stimming. He doesn't play with toys the way they're intended. He's still completely non-verbal, which, that's not a problem. And he has started to say a few words now, but he doesn't respond to his name, and we actually ended up having to have his hearing tested, which was a whole saga in and of itself, because people were starting to think he might be deaf because of his lack of interest and interaction with people and sounds and stuff. That's been ruled out now, so he's been accepted to be on a waiting list to get an ASD assessment. And there are a ton of other signs that he shows that I won't go into now, but there's been a lot of pushback on getting him seen by a specialist, and I think people were just maybe frightened initially of what a diagnosis will mean for him. Would he be treated differently? Why do I need to label him? And all along I've tried to explain that without a label and a diagnosis, he wouldn't get any extra help offered that he might actually need to help his development. And also he may need extra understanding about his behaviours and stuff. And I don't know how much his autism will affect his day-to-day life and in the future. So I just want to be prepared with all the support I can give him. And also, I think it's important to know if you're neurodivergent, because if it's not acknowledged, you spend your whole life wondering why you're different and thinking there's something wrong with you. I heard this fantastic quote the other day where a guy said, "It's important to know you're not a broken horse, you're a normal zebra. And if you think you're a horse, you'll try and fit in with all the other horses rather than find your zebra tribe who will actually understand you. Plus, it's incredibly hard to thrive and succeed if you think you're a broken horse when you're actually a normal zebra." I just thought it was a really wonderful way of explaining it. I'm actually highly suspecting that I may also be on the spectrum. Whether it's ADD or ASD or a combination of both, I'm not sure. But the more research I've done about it, the more my life and just the struggles I've had have made so much more sense. You might have picked up on it through watching some of my past videos, but I didn't pick up on it until Tristan started demonstrating some of these behaviours and feelings and emotions, and I always thought they were normal, like normal struggles that he'd had, and I thought everyone had the same kind of struggles, but it turns out they're not as normal as I originally thought they were. I guess I just thought they were because I struggled with them too. But I'm actually going to be assessed in the near future, and I'm kind of excited to finally get some answers after years and years of thinking I'm different, or I'm weird, or I'm broken, or there's something wrong with me. But I'm just really excited to get my own assessment, because there's something really comforting about knowing that I might not be broken. I might just be a little bit different from other people, and that doesn't make me a bad person. It just means I might have to find different ways of coping with certain things. So, I also wanted to bring up something else. I've included a food log in this spread because it's been brought to my attention that I most likely have an eating disorder. And I'm bringing this up because I didn't even know this was a thing, and I wish I'd known about it sooner. And maybe there are people that are watching that have the same thing. And it's not like bulimia or anorexia. It's something I had never even heard of. It's called ARFID, which is ARFID, and it stands for Avoidant Restrictive Food Intake Disorder. It doesn't relate to how you view your body or weight gain. It's not a body image kind of eating disorder. It's more about a fear of food, the taste and flavour, and super importantly, the texture. And I know a lot of people don't like certain food textures, but when it starts impacting your life on a day-to-day basis and you can't actually eat anything, it turns out it's probably more than just being a fussy eater. I went through a list of, I think, like around 100 different types of foods, and then I realised I only eat about 6 of them. Sometimes a few others if they're made in a very specific way. Apparently that's not normal. My GP asked if I had OCD, which I've never really taken seriously or even really considered it, even though Lee has always sort of told me he thinks I have it. I always brushed it off and put it down to just being maybe a bit quirky, because it's not like the kind of OCD you see portrayed on TV and stuff. But it turns out ARFID is linked to OCD and being on the spectrum. So, that's something I'm currently working on for myself. So if you struggle with eating and food and all that kind of thing, maybe look into ARFID. Or if you've got kids that really struggle with food and you think, I think this is maybe a bit more than just picky eating, it could be that. So I actually have some more news, and it's been the main reason for my prolonged disappearance from the internet. About 5 months ago, I found out that I'm actually pregnant. Honestly, I'm not sure how to even talk about it yet, because I'm feeling all kinds of ways about it. It's hard to explain, and I don't want to upset or offend anybody that has struggles with fertility or that have had struggles with abortion or anything like that. But as a quick summary, it was a huge shock. It wasn't something any of us planned for. We did everything we were supposed to avoid this, other than the actual thing that gets you pregnant. So yeah, it wasn't something any of us planned for. And when I first found out, nobody wanted me to keep this baby. I felt like I couldn't keep this baby because of the impact it would have on the boys and the family as a whole, because I've already been feeling stretched to my limit physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. I mean, you only have to listen to my last uploaded video to get an idea of what things were like and what was going on just before I found out I was pregnant, and I was not in a good place. So, long story short, I decided that keeping this baby just wasn't an option. It wouldn't be fair on anybody, and especially the boys, and I didn't think I'd be able to cope, and nobody else thought I would be able to cope. And however, it turns out that I just don't have the guts to go through with the termination, and the guilt around it and the heartache, and I want this baby. So getting a termination I just couldn't do it. So now I'm battling with the guilt of the decision to keep this little one, and I feel like it's a really selfish choice. Like, everyone else is going to suffer because I personally can't go through with the termination. For the record, I fully support a woman's right to choose. And for the women, any women who have gone through with the termination, you have my complete respect and understanding. It's an incredibly difficult choice, and I hugely admire anybody who has been able to make that decision for themselves. I know how hard that choice is. I see you and I stand with you. But also, I equally understand the emotional turmoil of deciding to go through with a pregnancy that you're not prepared for, you don't feel emotionally ready for. It's just an absolute emotional roller coaster. So again, no judgment from me on anybody who chooses for themselves. And my heart just absolutely breaks for the women in America that are having this option to choose taken away from them. It's just, it makes me really angry. But yeah, baby is due in January, so I've not got that long left, and I'm already about the size I was when I had the other 3 boys. I'm way bigger this time than I have been in my other 3 pregnancies, and I am freaking out. I don't know how I'm gonna get this one out. Yeah, but I am excited, but yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm terrified. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. All I know is I've just got to do everything I can in my power to be strong and not let my choice to keep this baby have a negative effect on my children that are already here. I guess I'm just going to have to learn to be strong for all 4 of them. 4, my God, 4 of them. And I'm just going to have to find a way to support all their emotional and mental and physical needs. I'm just going to have to. Oh, also, they're saying it's a girl. It's a girl. I can't quite believe it. I can't get my head around it. I keep saying she and her, and it just feels weird. I don't think I'll actually believe I'm having a little girl till she actually gets here. But yeah, despite all the fear and uncertainty, I am super excited to meet her. I don't know. I didn't think we were going to have Felix. I mean, I was on contraception when I got pregnant with Felix. So, and, you know, I was kind of hoping Felix would be a girl. And when he wasn't, I thought, well, that's it. My chance to have a little girl, to have a daughter is gone. That's never something that's going to happen for me. I just have to come to terms with that. And I have done. And, you know, it's amazing having 3 boys. I love it. Please don't shame women for gender disappointment. It is a thing, okay? Trust me, if you suffer with gender disappointment, you feel like a terrible parent before the baby has even got here. It doesn't mean we love our kids any less. I'd love my 3 boys. I was just so disappointed that I would never have a little girl. And now apparently I am going to have a little girl. So it would have been easier, really, if it had been another boy. I know what I'm doing with boys. I've got all the stuff for boys. I've got so much Lego coming out of my ears. And yeah, this is going to be a whole new thing. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fine. So I feel like I've caught you all up on the important things that are going on. I'm sorry this video has been such a long time coming, and it's late for November as well, but I figured I should update you all after you've been so supportive over the years. And besides, I've really missed you guys. I've really missed you all. I've missed talking to you and hearing your opinions on things, and just, yeah, so I'm glad to be able to have a quick chat with you all. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and fingers crossed it won't be so long till my next upload. I'm really hoping to get another video out for December. I highly doubt I'll get a 2022 or 2023 video out. It's just, there's still a lot going on, so we'll see. I'll try, but we'll see. But I'm just glad I've been able to sort of catch everyone up, and yeah, I hope you're doing well. Hopefully it won't be too long till my next upload. So, okay. I love you all, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.